Two people earn the exact same paycheck, $100,000 a year, landing in their account on the same day. By the end of the month, one is checking their balance with a tight stomach, eating cereal for dinner because rent just hit, and putting groceries on a credit card. The other one barely glances at the deposit, transfers a chunk of it into investments she set up 2 years ago and forgot about, and sleeps fine. Same salary, same city, same job even. The difference between them isn't income, isn't talent, isn't luck. It's 3 numbers, 1 system, and about 40 minutes of setup. By the end of this video, you'll have all 3. But first, the trap that's quietly draining 9 out of 10 high earners, including, almost certainly, you. You grew up hearing the same thing everyone did. If I just made $100,000 a year, I'd be set. $100,000 sounds like wealth. It's the number on the t-shirts, the milestone in the LinkedIn posts, the finish line. So you grind, you negotiate, you get the offer. The number lands. And 6 months in, something is very wrong. You're not saving. You're not investing. You're checking your account before you swipe your card. You feel broke, and now you also feel ashamed about it because you're supposed to be rich. Here's the truth nobody mentioned. $100,000 on paper becomes about $65,000 in your hand, and modern life is priced for that $65,000 to disappear before you even notice. The math is rigged against you, and almost nobody shows you the math. Let's run it. $100,000 gross salary in a typical American city, federal income tax, roughly $15,000, state and local taxes depending where you live, another $5,000 to $9,000, payroll taxes about $7,600. So before anything else, around $25,000 to $30,000 is just gone. Subtract health insurance premiums, another $2,000 to $4,000 off the top. You're left with maybe $65,000 in take-home pay. Out of that, rent in any major metro, $1,400 to $2,500 a month, eats around $24,000 a year minimum. A car payment, insurance, and gas easily runs $8,000 to $10,000. Groceries, $200 a week, $10,000. Phone, internet, streaming, gym, dating apps, software subscriptions. Call it $3,000. You haven't had fun yet, and about $50,000 of your $100,000 salary is already spoken for. The remaining $15,000 is your runway for everything else: dining out, travel, gifts, emergencies, saving, investing. And here's where lifestyle creep quietly eats it alive. The cruel joke of a 6-figure salary is that the more you earn, the more society quietly expects you to spend. The nicer coffee, the slightly bigger apartment you deserve, the car that signals you've made it, the vacations your coworkers are taking. Each one feels small. Each one feels earned. But they don't add up, they multiply. And once your lifestyle ratchets up, it almost never comes back down. Economists have a name for this, the hedonic treadmill. Whatever you buy becomes the new normal in about 6 weeks. The fancy coffee stops being a treat and becomes a requirement. The Uber Eats order stops being a splurge and becomes Wednesday. And every raise you get gets absorbed by the new normal, which means you can earn $150,000, $200,000, even more, and still feel broke. Income doesn't make you wealthy. The gap between what you earn and what you spend does. That gap has a name, and it's the only number that actually matters. Stop tracking your salary. Start tracking your savings rate, the percentage of your take-home pay you keep instead of spending. 2 people earning the exact same amount can have wildly different financial lives based on this single number. Save 5% and you'll work until you're 75. Save 15% and you'll retire comfortably around 65. Save 30% and you'll be financially independent in your 50s. Save 50%, yes, it's possible on a 6-figure income, and you can buy your freedom in 15 years or less. That's not a typo. The math is brutal and clean. Years to financial freedom drops as your savings rate climbs, and the curve is steeper than most people realize. Doubling your savings rate cuts your timeline almost in half. So the question stops being how much do I make and becomes how much of what I make am I keeping? Now, the system that makes keeping it automatic. Here's the 4-account setup that high earners use to permanently stop being broke. You don't need a spreadsheet, an app, or a finance degree. You need 40 minutes and 4 bank accounts. Account 1, your paycheck lands here. Nothing lives in it. It's a pass-through. Account 2, bills. Rent, utilities, insurance, subscriptions, the predictable monthly stuff. Account 3, investments, index funds, retirement, the future. Account 4, spending money. This is the only account you actively use day to day. Your debit card is linked to this account and only this account. The moment your paycheck hits account 1, automatic transfers expire, a fixed amount to bills, a fixed percentage to investments, the rest to spending. You never see the money before it's split. You don't have to be disciplined. The system is disciplined for you. And here's the quiet magic. Once your spending account is set, you can spend every dollar in it guilt-free because the saving has already happened. The single most powerful move you can make on a six-figure salary is this: when you get a raise, increase your spending by 0, not by some, by 0. Every dollar of every raise gets routed straight to investments. Your lifestyle stays exactly where it is. Your savings rate quietly explodes. Most people do the opposite. They get a 5% raise and their lifestyle balloons by 7%. You collect 6 raises in a decade, and somehow you're worse off than when you started. Bank the raise instead, and in 3 years your savings rate doubles without you feeling any poorer because your day-to-day spending never changed. This single move repeated is how high earners go from broke to wealthy without budgeting, without discipline, without giving up coffee. You're not making your present worse. You're paying your future self the raises that lifestyle creep would have stolen. You don't need a budgeting app, you need 3 numbers, checked once a month, 5 minutes total. Number 1, your savings rate this month as a percent. Take-home pay minus everything you spent divided by take-home pay. That's it. Number 2, your net worth. Everything you own minus everything you owe. Track it once a month in a single cell of a spreadsheet. It will go up some months and down others, and over years it will only climb if you're winning. Number 3, your runway in months. How many months could you cover your fixed expenses if your income vanished tomorrow? 3 months is the floor, 6 months is comfortable, 12 is real freedom. These 3 numbers tell you the entire story of your financial life. Salary tells you nothing. These tell you everything. Here's the math nobody runs for you. 100,000 salary, take home 65,000, living on 45,000. Saving $20,000 a year, that's a 30% savings rate, completely achievable on a 6-figure income once you stop the lifestyle leak. Invested into a basic broad market index fund returning around 8% on average, that $20,000 a year becomes about $120,000 in 5 years. In 10 years, $300,000. In 15 years, $600,000. In 20 years, $1.5 million. Same salary the entire time. No raises required. Just one system, one savings rate, automatic transfers, banked raises, compound interest does the rest. Now imagine you actually do get raises and you bank them. The trajectory bends sharply upward. This isn't theoretical wealth. This is the arithmetic of someone earning what you earn, deciding once and letting time do the work. Here's the entire system, end to end. Open 3 additional checking or savings accounts at any bank. Most online banks let you do this in 10 minutes with no fee. Set up automatic transfers from your paycheck account, a fixed amount to bills, a fixed percentage to investments, start at 15% if it feels terrifying, 25% if it doesn't, and the rest to spending. Open a brokerage account if you don't have one, and set the investment transfer to automatically buy a broad index fund every month. Cancel the budgeting app you never use. Add a single spreadsheet with 3 cells, savings rate, net worth, runway. Update them on the 1st of every month, then forget about money for the next 4 weeks. That's it. That's the whole system. 40 minutes once, 5 minutes a month forever after. The broke version of you was working twice as hard for half the result. Quick reminder, this is education, not personalized financial advice. For your exact numbers, talk to a fiduciary advisor. So here's the whole thing in one breath. Stop measuring your life by salary because salary is a lie. Measure by savings rate because that's the only number that actually compounds into freedom. Set up the 4 accounts, automate the splits, bank every raise, and check 3 numbers once a month. Do that, and the difference between the broke earner and the calm earner, that's not income, that's not luck, that's a one-time decision you already have the income to make. If this helped, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.